Welcome everyone. I hope you're having a great day. And today we are going to talk about remarketing. Remarketing is there's a lot of confusion about remarketing, and with all of these misinformation with free courses. So today we want to clear up this misinformation and with the only webinar you will ever need. As I'm saying, this is the only marketing webinar you will ever need because there is so many misinformations on the internet. So today we are going to clear this up. Before all of that, let me introduce our key speakers. I'm Begüm Özgürün. I am digital marketing specialist at Enhencer, and I am your moderator for today. Our first key speaker is Ahmad Mhanna, who is digital marketing specialist at Enhencer as well, and he is going to break down the topic of remarketing. And our second and last speaker is Cerena, and she has an experience with a range of companies across different sectors, and she will be explaining the applied section and breaking down the case studies. Our first speaker is Ahmed. Ahmed, mic is yours. You can share your screen.
Thank you, Begüm. So, just as Begüm said, today's webinar is going to be all about remarketing. And there's a lot of confusion about remarketing, how to do it properly. But in order to fully understand that, let's first break down the definition of remarketing itself. So, remarketing campaigns are campaigns that you use to, let's say, re-engage with people that have interacted with your brand. It could be interacting with your social media, so Instagram likes, or it could also be different behaviors on your website. And so basically the way that the remarketing funnel works is that you have these new website visitors, and when they visit your website, the website starts to track all of this behavior, such as, for example, how long are they spending on each page, how many pages are they visiting, what buttons are they clicking. So after your website starts tracking all of this behavior, and of course the website visitor leaves the site, then your marketing campaigns kick in. And basically so what would happen is that maybe it would be the next day or the next week, they would find an assorted ad on their display network or on their meta ads that basically sponsors your product to invite them back into the website. So why is marketing important? There's a few reasons. So the first thing is that it's a highly targeted audience. So you're not dealing with people who don't know anything about your brand, as you would do with new user campaigns. These people have already interacted with your brand. They've already seen your product. So marketing to them would be a lot easier. And by doing that, of course, you're going to be increasing your brand visibility, because simply by just marketing to these people, you're just re-engaging them and trying to promote, let's say, your growth and boosting your sales. So by doing all of this and by re-engaging with leads, you're basically saving a lot of money, because remarketing is a lot cheaper than finding new users, just because of the reason that I've mentioned before. With new user marketing, you need to first explain what the product is. You need to explain many different features about the product and invite them into your website. But with remarketing, as they've visited it before, it could be a certain feature, or let's say a catalog that brings them back to the product. So why do customers click on the retargeted ads? So if we break it down into a percentage, 37%, this is based off of a study in order to understand purchasing behavior, 37% said that they're drawn to the product that's being shown. So it could be that they were actually interested in the product. And 28% said it makes them easier to visit a website that they already intended to visit. So this means that those customers were already trying to get to the website, but let's say your remarketing ads just made it a lot easier to reach that funnel and purchase the product. And 21% said that they want to find out more about the product. So let's say if you're marketing a product that is, let's say, technology, they want to know about the different features, and seeing them on the retargeted ads can help promote your product a lot more. So who are your remarketing audiences? We've known that now remarketing is a very cost-effective technique. We know that, let's say, channeling this remarketing can help you grow your brand and increase your brand visibility. But who are these people that we're remarketing to? So out of a percentage, you'll see that 71% of them are product viewers. Product viewers means that people that have viewed the catalogs or viewed different products on your website. 24% of them are bounce. Bounce means that they've visited your website and left after only visiting one page. 1% of them are people that have already purchased your product, and 4% of them are people that have added the products to cart. However, they haven't completed the purchase yet. So what are the challenges of each audience selection? Let's break it down one by one. So if you market to all of your website visitors, first of all, as I've mentioned, like there's a large percentage of bounce. So you might be wasting your money on people that are actually not interested in your product. And if you have a smaller budget, that really does matter because you won't be able to, let's say, reach all of your visitors or all of the people or your audience that are in this campaign. When we're talking about product viewers, it could be that when you're talking about product viewer remarketing, it works well only with dynamic campaigns. Conventional ads, so having like, let's say, a set of 4 static ads just aren't efficient for this audience type. And so since these people have already viewed your product, but have decided to click away, then it means that like the different factors such as pricing and shipping, they too tend to affect product viewer campaigns a lot more than other campaigns. And finally, there's the add to cart. So add to cart means people that are already incredibly interested in your product. However, the audience is too small to target. So Facebook might not even pass the learning phase. It might not learn how to market the product at what time and who are the best audiences, let's say, for your remarketing campaign. So add to cart generally only works if you're a big corporation and you just have a very large number of visitors. Now, let's play a game. Let's pretend that we have $100 and let's just invest it into the very different campaign types. This is completely hypothetical. It's just to explain where your money could be going in each different campaign type. So as I explained before, if you're playing with all website visitor campaigns, then you might spend $25 of this 100 on people that are completely not interested in your product. And $75 might not cover all of the interested audience, let's say. So you have $25 that are just completely wasted. When we're talking about product viewers, and of course we're talking about conventional ads here, not dynamic product advertising, then $50 might be, let's say, spent on the correct audience, while $50 other might be spent on the wrong audience advertising. And this is because as the time goes on, these campaigns tend to be more generic, let's say. And finally, with add to cart, although you're spending the $100 on an audience that's incredibly interested in your campaign, the add to cart audience is just too small. So you will never actually grow your brand by just doing add to cart campaigns. They have to be coupled with other different campaigns. Now let's talk about the real cost of paid ad marketing. So if you see in the pictures to the right, you'll see that there's so many widgets. It tends to be a more complicated process. But first, other than that, there's a 6+ months learning process. So there's a lot of opportunity time that's just being wasted on trying to teach Facebook who are your target audiences. So by doing that, you're just wasting your budget on the wrong audience. And of course, with the new cookie restrictions that are coming up, this means that finding ways to track the best customers based on your property behaviors that are basically using cookies is just getting harder because people are just rejecting them right now. Well, that's all for my part of the presentation. Begüm, you may have the mic.
Thank you for your informative part, Ahmed. It was really great. Now we will be moving on the fun part with Ceren. Ceren, you can share your screen.
Hello, everyone. So let's move on to some of the case studies. And before that, let's consider other options we have. So we have all website visitors as the biggest visitors numbers. But as you can see, there are the red audiences and the green audiences. And the green audiences represent the ones who are going to buy your product. And the red ones are going to represent the ones who are not going to buy your product. And as you can see, the ratio of the green ones to overall is very low in the all website visitors. And when we come back to the product viewers in the funnel, you can see the ratio is a bit higher, but still not enough for us. And add to cart is good, but too little for us. So Enhencer creates a great solution for that. It creates the right target audience for you to find the right people who are more likely to buy your product. It is basically an AI algorithm that helps boost e-commerces on Meta, Google, and TikTok campaigns by creating the right target audience. It generates 300% revenue increase, 800% conversion rate increase, and 500% return of ad spend on increase. That's why we are subscribed by more than 1,000 brands all over the world. And you can see a picture from our panel. Once you're subscribed, you will be able to click to our panel whenever you'd like and see all the details about your AI audiences. You have, of course, other automations on the market, but since they don't give you an AI audience that learns from your website visitors' behavior, the launched ads are going to the wrong audiences, and you're aiming for the wrong audiences for a lot of money for no reason. And real-time segmentation is not very possible in many products. As Ahmad mentioned you before, for example, for Facebook, it takes quite a lot of time to determine the right target audience, and it needs a really large number of visitors. And poor campaign structure is another issue that you might face with. So basically, creating new campaigns and putting them on and off again might face up with a really messy funnel. And as a result, you might face with very generic campaigns, and they might fail to attract engagement. But Enhencer creates a good solution for all of them. By basically monitoring more than 200 variables, both on websites and apps, it creates the AI audiences, which are 100% GDPR and CCPA compliant, which means that they use only behavioral data. So no demographic information is used. That's why you don't have to face with any cookie restrictions. And these AI audiences are automatically transferred to Google, Meta, and TikTok ads in real time. So you don't have to wait for the process to be finished to find the right target audience. And they're better because these audiences are created by monitoring more than 200 variables instead of just one for product viewers or add to cart. And they can be captured both on desktop and mobile. And they're totally transparent. And you can go to our panel, as I told you before, and see all the details like this in this picture, and see all the information and how it goes, and you can create better campaigns this way. And audiences is sent to your ad platform of choice automatically in real time. That's why you don't have to face with any waiting time problems. So it basically creates segments by analyzing the behavioral data and calculating the probability to purchase your product, and puts the audiences inside of those segments. For example, in this example, you can see one segment with the behaviors that the audiences performed, and you can see the likelihood to purchase. You can see the number of the visitors and all the other details. So Lacoste is a brand that we're working with. They use Enhencer to bless their remarketing on Facebook remarketing campaigns. As you can see, product viewers is the largest audience, and Enhencer here as the 15% is the refined version of product viewers, and add to cart is only 5% in this case. And once the cost is proportional to the size, you can see the revenue increase is 5 times higher in Enhencer case compared to even add to cart. Chakra is another brand that Enhencer is working with. So again, you can see the all website visitors and Instagram engagement in this case, and the refined version, which is Enhencer, and the comparison between. And once the cost is around the same, you can see the click-through rate is 3 times higher, the return of ad spendings is 2.3 times higher, and the revenue increase is 133% higher in Enhencer case compared to all website visitors and Instagram engagements. So Instagram engagement or like other platform engagements might not also be your solution. And that's why we're trusted by more than 1,000 organizations all around the world. And we're working with more than 50 agencies as well. For us, it doesn't matter which sector you're in. It can be any sector. It can be from fashion to home supplies. It can be like cosmetics, electronics, travel planning, anything that comes to your mind, as long as you have a solid purpose button on your website and you're willing to increase your results. So I say the pricing is about the monthly visitors numbers. So the plans are according to the number of visitors on your website monthly. And for each brand, we assign a performance marketer. And from start to the end, they're always there for you during the process. And you will always have the opportunity to have video meetings with the expert whenever you need. And we don't have any subscription period. You can cancel your subscription whenever you'd like. We just recommend you to use for the first 2 months to see the best results. And just a quick reminder that we are not an agency, so we do not deal with the insides of the ads. We're only dealing with the numbers that you reach through. And our onboarding process is super simple. So it takes only around 5 minutes to add our code into Google Tag Manager. And we are available on Shopify. So with only one click, you can just install. And once the integration is finished, the information flow begins immediately. And then we can directly start the campaign creation. And then in around 14 days, we can see the increased revenue, the return of ad spendings, and click-through rates. And they will be consistent because all the segments are updated every week. The algorithm keeps learning. So, and they will be, that's why, in real time. So we say, let's grow your business all together. And that's it from me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Cerena, for your fun part. And before we get into the question and answer part, you can scan the QR code from the screen and you can book a free 30-minute demo with our team.